Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And thank you for subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I am your boy, 12 Kyle. Man, check this out. On this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little sports. More specifically, we're going to talk about and see if we can come up with a list of the most annoying sports fan bases. Now, if you've been hiding under a rock, we have kicked off football season. At the time of this recording, football season is upon us. And so it got me to thinking. I was just surfing around on the internet, and I came across this article. I think it was on SI.com, SportsIllustrated.com, I think. And the article just talked about, like, as far as fans, we get all in a in a frenzy about our teams and what they're doing and the stars in our teams, both collegiate and professional. And so I started scrolling down even more, and it just came up with this list of all of these teams that have these awful, or at least deemed awful, sports fan bases. So I said all that to say this. I got a guest with me. And the guest who's coming on, I just started rocking to his podcast probably in the last couple of weeks. Seen the brother on the social media streets for a while. And, mutual friend, shout out to King Germ, connected us and got a chance to, be on his podcast, Conversations with Lamp. And that was by far one of the best conversations I've had on air, period. If you listen to the episode, you probably, for those of you who don't really know me or think you know me, you probably got a chance to, see a side of me that you didn't see, or learn some things that you probably didn't know just because, of the timing and everything. But I really enjoyed the conversation. And of course I had to have him on, because we had a conversation, I think it was off air, and we were talking about, his favorite team. And so realized that he's a huge sports fan. So I was like, this would be perfect. So all of that said, welcome to the 12 Kyle podcast for the first time, my man, James Lampkin from the podcast Conversations with Lamp. Lamp, what's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, bro? I appreciate. Look, this has been an honor. It's an honor, man. I look. This is right up my wheelhouse. So I'm gonna have fun.
No doubt. I mean, anytime you can get on a podcast and talk a little sports, it's always fun. Like I said, we started on our conversation, and I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. Lamp's favorite team is the team that resides in Texas, Dallas specific. They have a star on their helmet. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that they are probably going to be on this list, but we'll say the best for last. Like I did that.
Look, I know where my vote goes. So,
so with that being said, let's get it started, man. All right, so I think one of the things that we see now is particularly on social media. We have access. Maybe if we didn't, regardless of whether or not we wanted to have access or not, we have access. We have access to players. We have access to teams. More importantly, we have access to, if you're on social media, you have access to their fan bases. And we see a lot. Sometimes we don't comment, and I know I can speak for myself personally. Sometimes I see a lot, but I don't comment on stuff because it's just not worth it getting into with fans about their team or even your team or whatever the case may be, because obviously people take it personal. That being said, there are some very strange and weird and annoying fan bases. And some of them, if they've won championships, they kind of have a right to be annoying. And then others ain't won shit, and their fan bases are annoying. So, and Lamp he doesn't know who was on this list. He knows his team is on this list, but other than that, he doesn't know who's on this list. So I'm just gonna throw them out, and we'll vibe about it. And these are no particular order. First up is college basketball. Lamp, are you familiar with college basketball? Oh, yeah. And it's cool if you're not. Okay. Mm-hmm. There's a team that is located in Durham, North Carolina. The Duke Blue Devils. Do you know any Duke fans?
Dude, too many Duke fans, I know. One is too many. So unfortunately, I know a lot of Duke fans.
Okay, so how annoying are the Duke Blue Devils basketball team fans?
Wow. Are we? They're pretty bad. Okay. Let me start by this. So let me put this in context. I'm
Okay.
43.
Right.
So I go back to the days where Maryland was in the ACC.
Okay.
So when Maryland was in the ACC, Maryland and Duke was a huge rivalry. They were pretty. They wasn't as bad as they could have been. Not to me. It was just I hated Duke. Like my hatred for Duke just had it trumped the fans. Like the whole world could have loved Duke, and I hated Duke. So honestly, I didn't really pay their fan base no mind. I just hated them so much.
Mm-hmm.
I needed my hatred to be totally for them. It was just I had enough to just hate them and not worry about their fans. So their fans didn't bother me too much.
You know what? You have a very interesting perspective, and I forgot to mention, you guys. Lamp is from the DMV, so born and raised, and so when he mentioned Maryland, that triggered me to kind of piggyback off that. I'll say this: I find Duke basketball fans to be extremely annoying. And what's weird, Lamp is like one of my best friends in life. Probably outside of my wife, probably the closest woman to me. She went to Duke for undergrad. And while I thought it was, and she's only a year behind me, while I thought it was dope, but like, because she was at Duke from 92 to 95, I think. So they won a couple of national championships when she was there. And I remember we talked one day on the phone, and she was like, yeah, I was, and like, she was oblivious to the basketball. Like, she was strictly focused on school. And we talked one day, and she was like, yeah, I met some dude. She was like, I think he on the basketball team. He kind of tall. I was like, a word? I was like, what's his name? She was like, I can't remember. She was like, he tried to talk to me, but I didn't want to talk to him. I was like, you remember? I said, well, tell me what it looks like. He was like, kind of tall, brown skin. He had really, really big ears. I said, Grant? Was that his name? She's like, yeah, that's it, Grant. She's like, I can't remember his last name. I was like, you were talking to Grant Hill. And she was like, who is that?
Damn.
I was like, you don't know who Grant Hill is? And she was like, no. She was like, he was trying to talk to me, but he was goofy. I was like, and so the running joke for me was, for a long time, me and her, I was like, man, I could have been courtside. We could have been, I was like, I can't believe you dissed Grant Hill. But yeah, I have, much like you, Lamp, I got a bunch of Duke fans who are friends, and yeah, they're pretty obnoxious. Team number 2, baseball, out of the Boogie Down Bronx, the New York Yankees.
Yes.
Do you think they're annoying?
Very.
Really?
Very annoying.
Okay.
Because they think every year they're supposed to win the World Series. Like, it don't matter who it don't. They could have the worst pitching. No, like I done seen years they pitching garbage, but they got good hitters. So, right. But if you watch baseball, once you get to the playoffs, good pitching, shutdown, good hitting. So that's why lately they haven't been winning, which is a joy to my heart. So, yeah, very annoying fan base.
Okay. Let me let the cat out of the bag. If you're not watching on YouTube, and for those of you watching, thank you for watching. I am actually donning a New York Yankees cap to cover my uncut hair right now. And that's my favorite baseball team.
Whew. Now,
are we annoying? Yes, we are.
Very.
I said it. We're annoying. And I laughed, Lamp, when you said the Yankees fans feel like they should win the championship. We really, really do. We really feel like this year should be the year. So, like, even a year like this year, if you're following baseball, like in our division, Baltimore is running away with the division at the time of this recording. And
No,
so,
no,
like,
no, whoa. No. They're only
you
2
know,
games up.
yeah, but what I'm saying is this: they're far ahead of us.
Oh, the
Like,
Yankees. Oh, yeah, yeah.
we're not gonna catch them. So,
No.
So yeah, I mean, we could still play for a wild card if that happens. We'll see, but I mean, just really seeing Baltimore shine, and it's like, those are some loyal fans or whatever like that. But I mean, we're the Yankees, and y'all not. So I mean, and I don't mean y'all as far as Baltimore. I mean the rest of the MLB. We're very arrogant, and we're very annoying. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. We're very annoying. Which reminds me, and I'm gonna jot this down. Okay, for Duke, would you say that they're not annoying, kind of annoying, super annoying, or assholes? I'm gonna take a little poll here.
Okay. Wow. I'm going to go with kind of annoying. Like I said, most people in this area won't agree with me, but my hatred for them is so high, I don't even pay their fan base. So for me, they kind of annoying.
I'm going to say that they are super annoying. Yeah, they're like that. So what about Yankees fans? Not annoying, kind of annoying, super annoying, or asshole?
Super.
Okay. That'll be the Yankees, and I will agree. We're super annoying. Next team, college football. Here's a stalwart for you: Notre Dame football. Do you know any Notre Dame fans?
Too many. You read my mind.
Really? Wow.
Yes. I used to be one.
Say word.
Mm-hmm.
When?
You did the Ty Willingham.
Oh. Hey, man, it always comes back to Ty Willingham, man. Always. The coach who led them all the way. And then it seemed like when things got rocky, they got rid of him.
Yeah. Charlie Weiss had one good year. He get a 10-year contract.
10-year contract.
That's a whole nother podcast. So
you know what, man? I'll be honest. Notre Dame, I knew a lot of Notre Dame fans like when they were really, really, really good. Because I'm 50. Lamps, you say you 43?
43, yeah.
So I remember when they won the national championship in '88.
I remember Tony Rice.
Tony Rice, yep. The Lou Holtz was the head coach. Yeah. They had Ricky Waters and
Tim Brown.
Tim Brown. And I think the bus came shortly after that. I think
he wasn't on that team.
He wasn't on that team, but he came shortly after that. But they had players, and that was just interesting because, like, you just don't think about. I don't think about Notre Dame like that. So because I don't know any fans, I would say that they're not annoying to me. I mean, and it's been 32 years since they won a national championship, so I'll say that they are not annoying. What say you?
You know what? I'm gonna take that back because I was living in the past. I'm gonna take that back. Mm-hmm. I probably only know like 2 current Notre Dame fans, and they're not that bad. Okay. But the reason here's why I'm gonna put them on the annoying list, because the country as a whole thinks so much of them.
Yes.
Not really people that I know per se, but they're on TV every week. Like literally. They literally are on TV. That is the one college team that the whole nation can see every week. And they're not that good. So for that reason alone, I put them annoying.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're just, like I said, I don't know any fans, so they don't the banners that I see on social media, it doesn't bother me. So yeah, I put them as not annoying. NBA.
You said not annoying? You said not annoying?
They're not annoying. Yeah,
okay.
They're not annoying to me.
Okay.
NBA. Let's take it to the west side. City of Angels. Los Angeles Lakers. Do you know any Laker fans?
I am a secret Lakers fan.
Wow. Okay.
I'm on the bandwagon. Like,
are you on the LeBron?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just Lakers in general. I've always secretly
Okay.
like put it like this. I've always cheered for them. Like I can't think of a time I was watching them and wanted them to lose. I've always wanted them to win. So.
Okay. It's been documented. I've talked about it on this podcast, and it's worth repeating. I might be the biggest Laker hater this side of the east of the Mississippi.
Damn.
But you know what? I've always been a Laker hater. Always. I just didn't like them. But I did respect them. Hell of a lot of respect for Magic, Kareem, Worthy, all of those guys, all the way up through Kobe, Shaq, even into this new version of the Lakers with LeBron and AD and those cast of characters. And I have some of my closest friends. I'm talking about like childhood friends. My boy D, my boy Ryan. They are like diehard Laker fan. My boy Shaft. They're like I've known them to be Lakers fans since we were little kids. So they're not some that just came and got on the bandwagon once the Kobe and Shaq era happened or anything like that. These are rider. Like they remember. I joke with them because they remember the Smush Parker years. They remember the years of Dale Harris being the head coach. Before the Lakers, when they were off. And then of course my boy Baylor, shout out to BTG, diehard Lakers fan. That being said, I don't find their fans annoying at all. Mm-mm. I don't find their fans annoying at all. I think what I've been able to do is differentiate between, because there's a lot of fans that came when Bron came, and a lot of fans left when Kobe stepped away from the game. Still feel a way about talking about Kobe in the past tense because it's still kind of surreal that he's no longer with us. Yeah. But that even in that, I mean, like I'll just to piggyback off that, I remember telling people like I didn't like Kobe, but I respected his game. But when I started watching Kobe, the more and more I watched him, particularly after he hurt his Achilles, I slowly became a fan of what he was doing. And I was like, man, I spent a lot of time hating this dude and I'm not going to see this again. Like what he's doing right here, we're never going to see this again. So I learned to kind of appreciate him from that point. And after that, I just started watching Laker games, not being a fan, but enjoying what Kobe was giving us. And then, ultimately he retired and, went on. And I think Kobe post basketball was, great. And then unfortunately he passed away in such a tragic fashion that I think a lot of us are still trying to make sense of. But I don't find their fans annoying at all. Now I know some other people that find them annoying. I don't find Lakers fans annoying at all. Do you?
No. Mm-mm. I'm gonna back up to what you said about Kobe. I think the reason you and most people like him towards the end is because he allowed you to. Like
bingo.
Because I think when he got towards them latter years, he never cheated the game. Never. But he knew he wasn't on a championship team. And he knew his time was coming to an end. So he almost became more like an ambassador to the game. Like his latter years, he let you in more. And I think the more you got to hear him talk and just see that different side of him, that's why people became a fan of him. So I see why you didn't like him in the beginning, because all you heard was the ball hogging stories and the intensity he played with. That's all you got to see. But then them later years, he got hurt. When he got hurt, remember he got hurt. They did the documentary.
Yeah.
And everybody loves a good comeback story.
Oh, no question.
A lot went into liking him at the end. Like, again, he knew he wasn't on a championship team anymore. I mean, of course, he never cheated the game, but I think the reality set in that this is not a championship team. And it allowed him to be more transparent and things like that. So I think that's why you and a lot of other people became fans.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, Lamp. I think it was just that. You got a chance to see him. I would see him more in interviews. And, rightfully so, after the whole rape charge thing, he, when he became the Mamba, if you will, he got to a point, I think, where he was satisfied with himself and he wasn't into trying to please other people.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't trying to be like Mike. And I think, particularly for Jordan fans, a lot of times, that was always the criticism. Oh, he's trying to be like Mike. I mean, what's wrong with trying to be like Mike? That was a guy that he idolized. Yeah. But at the same time, Kobe, and I totally agree with you. And it's something that you just said that I never really thought about, but he was definitely being an ambassador, because you think about all of the younger NBA talented guys that are in the league now, from the from the Jason Tatums to the Kyrie Irvings, who Kobe was their mentor. DeMar DeRozan, just to name a few. Westbrook, he was their mentor. He spent time with these guys. Now, 2000, 2001, 2002 Kobe, he probably, he didn't hang out with his own teammates, let alone mentor some guys on another team. He was always working, trying to get to that next, that next plateau or what have you. So,
but look at the years you said, Brian. You realize in 2020, Kobe was only 21, 22 years old in 2000.
Yeah.
He
crazy,
wasn't,
right?
He wasn't ready to be a mentor.
No. And he was dealing with a lot. I mean, and it took a lot to play with Shaq. And, he would, I remember, we all remember the years where he would come to camp. He's in shape. He's ready to ball. And Shaq is fat and sloppy. And Shaq uses the, preseason to get himself in shape. And, and Shaq later admitted that, that wasn't the best way that he could have handled it.
The regular season to get himself in shape. Not the preseason. Regular season.
Well, that too.
The first 20 games.
Yeah, that too. So the next team, NBA, we're going to stay in the West. The Golden State Warriors. Do you know any Warriors fans?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
I don't either. I see him on Twitter. I don't know
what? You know what? I just met one. I take that
really
back. Just met one. I don't know him. I don't know him personally, but I did a podcast with him. So
okay.
He's the one golden. He's from that area.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question.
Yeah.
Because Lamp, I have a theory. If you ain't from Oakland or you ain't from California, I don't think that you're a true Warriors fan. Because obviously this team, I mean, like, I've been watching the NBA, Lamp, since 1980, right? So that was 1980, Magic's rookie year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's how far back I go with the NBA. I remember when the NBA was on tape delay. You know what I'm saying? So from 1980, Lamp, until, what was it, 2015, 2016, that area, the Warriors weren't good. I mean, they had that one run with, Run TMC.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a run with the, I believe, team with Baron Davis and those guys. But, like, if you're a Warriors fan, I think you would be able to remember that Baron Davis played on that team.
Yeah.
If you ask a quote-unquote Warriors fan and they're of our age and they don't remember them, they're not a Warriors fan. They're somebody who got on the bandwagon because they got Steph, they got Clay, they got Draymond, they got Steve Kerr, and, they had Kevin Durant, and they were virtually unstoppable. So no, you're not a real fan. I mean, so I don't find them annoying. Now, I will say this much. Based on what I've seen on Twitter, Warriors fans are supremely hated.
Oh.
They are hated on Twitter like no other. But I'm not, if you're not from that area, man, you'd have to really convince me that you're a Warriors fan, because I'd never met a Warriors fan in my life, face to face, that wasn't not the ones that aren't from out there, because that's just a team. I mean, you probably just jumped on the bandwagon.
Well, let me say this. Here's my opinion,
mm-hmm.
And I think you can agree with this. When it comes to basketball, people are not that loyal to me. I think people more like you in basketball. You see people change teams a lot.
Yeah,
like they fought because basketball more identifies with players more than sport.
Facts.
Like, besides an individual sport, basketball identifies with players. So you see a lot of people follow LeBron. Well, he's the only one that really moved. Like, the only great player in our era that, like, really kept moving.
Well,
That
Kevin Durant's moved a couple of times.
yeah, but I don't look at Kevin Durant as a player. I don't. And before I say this, Kevin Durant is great, right? He's a great player, but I don't know if people like him enough where they'll change teams for him.
Right.
I don't know, but that's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, but LeBron has that type of power.
Oh, no question.
He taking his fan base with him. So,
yeah. If LeBron say if he say I'm going to play for the Charlotte Hornets, hey, that's where everybody going.
Yeah. It's sometimes the team, like, look at like basketball. Out of all the sports, they go with players and they go with winners.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's even with football, team win the Super Bowl, they get a couple of scragglers here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But basketball is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You get a whole new huge fan base.
And you know what's interesting? We came up in an era, obviously, with free agency. You know, the further back you go, if you go back to the 80s, you know, there wasn't any free agency like that. So, you know, if you were on the Lakers, you were on the Lakers for however long your contract was.
Yeah.
You signed a 7-year deal. So Byron Scott was going to be your point guard for the next or shooting guard for the next 7 years. And that's just what it was, unless he got traded. So you didn't have the moving around. And I only mentioned Kevin Durant because, like, Durant is somebody's name who gets brought up a lot of times when obviously LeBron's the obvious, but, you know, Durant didn't necessarily move around because this last one was a trade. And then when you look at, he'll always be criticized for the move to Golden State.
Which he should be.
But, you know, I don't think that he's still a phenomenal player. So that, I just don't know that. I'm going to be very interested. I know how people feel now, but I'm interested to see how they're going to think and talk about him when it's all said and done, because the boy's still cold. He's still a top 5 player in the league right now when healthy. And you can make a case that when he went to that Golden State Warriors team, he was the best player in the league. So, you know, but people get in their feelings about him leaving, and I get it. But, you know, he is a very interesting person, to say the least.
He's going to have to win one.
He's going to have to, but I don't know that he will.
Well, if he doesn't,
that's going to be interesting.
If he does not win one, I don't think history will be as kind to him as he would like.
There you go.
Because the worst thing happened to him was the Warriors winning without him.
Yes.
That was the worst thing happened to his legacy.
Yes.
So he's got to win one. And really, honestly, I don't know. Man, I don't honestly, this is just me talking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know if he can do anything to save his legacy in that aspect of, like, all-time greats, because he's going to always be looked at as a guy that needed help.
You know what, Lamp? I'm hopeful that we aren't as critical, and I say we, I mean we as fans, aren't as critical of his legacy once 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line. I hope that we aren't as critical, because I think the good side tells me that I want to believe that we're going to love and appreciate Kevin Durant and what he accomplished and his game 20 years from now. But in the right now, I can't disagree with what you just said at all, because I mean, like, I think he went to Golden State looking for some type of validation, and I don't know if necessarily he got what he was looking for.
He did not.
And, you know, it's kind of like he's still searching, and that's a tough spot to be in, because now he's on the backside of his prime, you know, and that's not to say that he can't go until he's 40, 41, 42, but, you know, what we're seeing from LeBron is something that you never see, you know, as far as that longevity and being able to play. You know, you won't, because and I was telling somebody this a couple of weeks ago, like, LeBron's coming up on 39 at the time of this recording. when we saw guys play late past like past 35, they were like the seventh, eighth guy off the bench, averaging 10 points a game. This guy is averaging just as much as he did probably almost close to 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a freak of nature, and he keeps his body in shape. But I agree with you on KD, man. I'm very, very. I'm always interested to see people's sports take on how and where they view him and everything like that. Because, and I don't say it's right or wrong. It's just I don't know that Kevin is going to get, like you said, the validation that he's probably looking for. And I think a championship definitely would help if he could win a championship without Golden State. But he may go down as one of the all-time greats. And people may look at his championships and be like, yeah, you joined the 73-19. And that's tough. Yeah, and then they won one without him. And they won with a much lesser, and to your point, Lamp, they won with a much lesser squad. And it really took KD's legacy down a little bit, and it raised Steph's up a little bit higher because Steph really put that team on his back.
I think you need to go a lot and a lot. Because
I'm being nice, Lamp.
Yeah, because if you think about it, we wasn't before. Let's think of before Steph had that finals, right? Let's look at what he used to do in the finals. Steph, if you go back and look at Steph's numbers in the finals, they really he was a little shaky in the finals before his last title. That last title, he showed that he can be the best player in the finals without doubt. He was the best player in that finals. There was no doubt. And that team, if you look at that team, right, the only new player on that team really was what, Jordan Poole, and
that was it.
Looney,
and the guy. Well, what's my man off the bench? I can't remember his name. They had a couple of, but yeah, big time contributors, definitely Poole.
Yeah, so that team, he basically won with the same team Kevin Durant left.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then Kevin Durant goes on. Now, to be fair to Kevin Durant, the first year in Brooklyn, Kyrie got hurt.
Right.
And they wasn't beating Milwaukee without Kyrie. But then that next year, when you get swept by Boston.
Yeah, that was the COVID year. It was Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, and I think they only played a total of 17 games together.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that they got swept. He did not play well.
Right.
He didn't play well. So his to me, I think he'll always, again, he's 7 feet. He's an elite shooter. He's an elite offensive player. You can make the argument. He's one of the best offensive players to ever touch a basketball.
Facts, 1,000%.
But the problem is, he hasn't done it without the Warriors, and I don't think he will do it without the Warriors. And because of that, he's gonna always have that but in his life.
No doubt. Taking it back to baseball. This is the last baseball team that appears on this list. The Boston Red Sox. Are they annoying?
Super annoying.
Yes. I'm going to say they're assholes.
Yeah. First of all, they're racist. So let's put that, let's add that to the mix. They racist as fuck. And then they feel like they should always win the World Series.
Right.
No matter who they trot out there. Yeah, that's super annoying. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Yeah, I got them down. I got them down as assholes. I don't, and again, I'm a Yankees fan, so I don't like Boston. I don't like nothing from Boston. I don't like the Red Sox. I don't like the Celtics. I don't like the Patriots. I don't like the Bruins. I don't like nothing. I don't like the city of Boston. The only two good things come out of Boston: Boston baked beans and New Edition. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Everything else from Boston can kick.
Benzino. No, let me stop.
Not him. Everything is annoying from Boston. College basketball. Let's take it to Durham, North Carolina. Excuse me, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. UNC basketball. Now, Lamp, you live in ACC country. I know you have some Tar Heel fans.
Not no more.
Really?
Well, remember, Maryland in the Big Ten now, so
okay, yeah, you're right. So you don't really see them that much.
But I got enough of that.
You got okay.
So,
how annoying is this fan base?
Not that fan base, not too bad. Like it's weird for me with college. Like I just hate those. I hated those teams so much. I never really got into their fan bases. Like, just hated them. Like, I mean, Duke had the Cameron crazies.
Yes.
North Carolina wasn't too bad. Like, but I hated them though. Like, and I still hate them. Like, I hate all those blue blood schools, honestly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I hated them. But their fan base wasn't too bad, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're kind of. They're not really annoying to me. I think because the thing is, I like for basketball, I'm a Syracuse basketball fan. So I'm not in their beef, even though we're in the ACC. But the thing that I love, Lamp, is that I have a lot of friends who are Carolina fans, and then I have a lot of friends who are Duke fans. And to see them clash and how they go back and forth, Lamp, oh man, you thought it was the Cowboys and Redskins back in the 80s.
Listen, let me tell you something. That Final Four, I was sick. I normally I got a team to root. I legit was watching the Final Four like,
just you
get this over.
Hoping it would tie, and the game can't end in a tie.
And then I want to say, I think because North Carolina won the game because that was Coach K last game. Didn't they play Kansas or something? Did they play Kansas?
Yeah, they lost to Kansas.
And I hate Kansas. So that Final Four was just but I did pull for Kansas, though.
Okay. All right. So let's take it to the NFL, man. This is our wheelhouse right here. The team that made the list, most annoying fan base, the Chicago Bears. What say you, man? Do you know any Bears fans, and are they annoying?
You serious?
Yeah, they made the list.
Oh. No, not at all. I mean, I think I met like one or two Bears fans in my life.
I know a few.
Nah, I would.
Yeah, I don't call them annoying. I think it might be a Midwest thing.
Yeah. Nah, I never would. No, I mean, they don't even make my list at all. So
yeah, same. I don't see them as annoying. New England Patriots.
Super.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know any. That's what it is. I don't know any.
Dude,
but they are known.
Listen. Let me put things in perspective. I work with a lot of people in the military. So I get to meet people from all over the country. And then, but just forget that. Just be on boards and stuff with them because they won so much. Like they feel like it's their God-given right to be in the Super Bowl, and they're annoying.
Hey man, I'm trying to think. I don't know any Patriots fans, but I do have a Patriots fan story. Many years ago, my son wanted to go to a game, so we went to a Falcons game. We just happened to go to a Falcons game when they were playing against the Patriots, and I think the Patriots had won a couple, maybe one or two titles. Mike Vick was still a quarterback here, so that's how far back it was. And we were sitting in the Georgia Dome. I never forget it. And the Falcons had just gone up by maybe about 4 or 5 points. And there was a guy sitting directly in front of us. And this dude Lamp was talking shit all day. And he kept he was looking back. He's like, "We gonna win. He was saying, he wasn't disrespectful, but he talked the whole game. Anytime they got a first down, he stand up, he doing the first down sign. Anytime they scored a touchdown, he dancing in the seat. And I'm not gonna show out because he's not saying nothing to me. And besides, I got my son here. I'm gonna be a role model for him in this moment. But the dude was annoying as hell to me. So the Falcons scored. My son's jumping up and down. Everybody's going crazy. I'm just observing. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I would, since I brought him, I would like to see the Falcons win this game. Obviously, this dude turns around. The Patriots get the ball back with like a minute and 2 on the clock or something. They got to go 80 yards. He turns around and points to all of us and starts pointing at his watch. It's Brady time. It's Brady time. It's Brady time. And this dude, Tom Brady, Lamp, he dropped back and he threw the ball so far, Lamp. And Lamp, I played receiver in college. When I saw the ball and I could tell how far the receiver was going, I said to myself, just based on the trajectory of the ball, there's no way he's going to catch that because it looked like Brady overthrew him. But I'll be damn, Lamp, if that ball didn't just hang, and it's almost like God hit the pause button, and then it just literally dropped into his arms. Dude scored I think it's like a 60-yard touchdown or something like that. Maybe somebody can correct me. Patriots win the game. Man, this dude was, when I say he talked shit because there's only like maybe 10 seconds left in the game. He talked shit, Lamb. He talked shit. And I saw him and his buddies, they were walking out, and he still was talking shit. And man, you got to be careful about who you talk shit to.
Yeah.
He said something to the wrong person. Man, all I saw was just one black fish just come, pow, knocked him. He didn't fall, but he shut the hell up till he got to his car.
Damn.
So, yeah, they're annoying. I don't know any Patriots fans personally, but I can imagine how annoying they can be.
Oh, I know one. He is super annoying.
And that's the thing. Like, it's they've won so much for so many years. Like, in a way, if they're not from New England, you can't say, well, hey, when did you get on the bandwagon? Because that bandwagon's been rolling for a long time.
Yeah.
So, it's whatever. NFL, let's take it to the Steel City, the Pittsburgh Steelers. How annoying is their fan base? And do you know any annoying fans?
I know it's mixed.
Okay.
Right? I know one who's pretty balanced. No, two I'm pretty balanced. And I know one that's really annoying. He used to be really annoying. We don't really talk as much. Their fan base, I wouldn't put them in it. I wouldn't put them as annoying. Like, one thing I've noticed about Pittsburgh's fans, they're actually pretty knowledgeable about the game.
Facts.
So I'm not gonna put them annoying. I hate the Steelers because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I wouldn't say they have an annoying fan base now.
Okay. I am very close friends with several Pittsburgh Steelers fans. In our group chat, they take up about half of our group chat. And so Sundays can be either enjoyable or miserable based on how the Steelers are playing, because the group chat might be, I could put my phone down. If the Steelers are playing bad, I put my phone down and go in another room or go outside for a second, come back. There's 50 messages within like a 5-minute span because Tomlin didn't do this or whatever like that. They are very, very passionate about this team, and they feel like, they should win all the time. And, they got 6 rings, but, these guys, they're not annoying to me, I guess, because we're the best of friends. But I'm pretty sure they could be pretty annoying to other people. But overall, they don't strike me as an annoying fan base. I think they're very.
As much as I hate the Steelers, I don't. Their fans are not really that annoying to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't find them annoying. I find them to be very passionate. I find them to be very, like you said, knowledgeable. I find them to be very supportive. Now, that's one thing. You go to an away game, if you're not careful, the Steelers fans will take over your stadium.
Yes.
They will take over your stadium quickly, and they don't mind paying a little bit more for a ticket price, or a lot more for a ticket price. Next up, we're going to Gotham City, the New York Jets.
Jets?
Yeah, I don't know that the Jets are annoying. Any fans would be annoyed. They might be a little annoying now that they have Aaron Rodgers, but the Jets have sucked all my life. Yeah. I don't know how they make this list. They are very annoying.
Worth talking about, really.
All right, so let's go back to Pennsylvania. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh God.
I know you know a lot of fans.
Super annoying. Oh man. I don't think I met a Philly fan I like yet. When it comes to they are the man. When they win it, oh boy. They make you want to fight, man. Like one of my best friends, he's like a brother to me. He's a Philly fan. Listen, I love that dude and I hate that dude. When football season comes, I hate that dude, man. And I got a horrible story to tell.
Go ahead.
So the guy that I just mentioned, right? He's in the Navy. He re-enlists. He re-enlists in the Navy. He decided he wanted to have his re-enlistment at Lincoln, at the stadium, Lincoln Financial Field. So I told you, this is like my brother. So I go. So I got to take this tour the stadium, all this stuff. Do you know them jokers won the Super Bowl that year?
Ooh.
I said, I will never step foot in that stadium again. Never.
Yeah, you the good luck charm.
my buddy, come on, man, let's go to Eagles game. Fuck no, I ain't never going back to this stadium.
Nah, man. Smart man. Yeah, I grew up Giants fan whole life. And so the Eagles were always kind of like, and I guess you know what, Lamp, I think I don't have the same beef with Eagles fans because I didn't really grow up with a lot of Eagles fans around me because I grew up in South Carolina. So I didn't have that same, so I didn't really meet Eagles fans probably until I got to Atlanta. So they're not annoying to me, but they are annoying. The only two that probably aren't annoying is my friends Maya and Babi. That's about it. Shout out to them. But yeah, Eagles fans are annoying. I would say good night. I would say super annoying. So yeah, I probably put them on the super annoying list.
Super annoying.
Oh, I forgot. Here's one baseball team. Let's go back to baseball before we wrap up. The Houston Astros.
I don't know enough of them.
I don't know any fans, but the Astros their fans are annoying as hell.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Listen, and I've been back and forth for work to Houston. Man, listen. When I tell you, first of all, their colors are annoying to me. Like just the way the colors look, that orange and that blue, and so like it's annoying to be driving down the street in Houston and you see somebody with this bright ass orange shirt on with blue in the middle and it says it's just, and then they cheated. So I don't like Houston, man. I like Houston the city. Love Houston the city. I don't like the Astros at all. I got beef with them. I think they're a bunch of cheaters. They stole a couple of World Series, so no, I'm not rocking with them at all.
That's like
but I don't know. Fan. Yeah, so no, we got beef. It's on site.
They always beat the brakes off.
And that's the thing. We can't beat them, Lamp. That's another thorn in my side. We can't beat them. So
y'all used to beat them back in the day, though.
Yeah, man, but now they got on this cheating program.
They was in the National League, so y'all wasn't beating them. Nope.
Yeah, we haven't figured it out yet. And like it goes back to what you just said earlier. Pitching. Great pitching beats hitting any day. And unfortunately, we've run into them in the playoffs and the bats go cold and their arms get hot. And it's just been, our downfall.
They
Um,
just shot Verland out there. It just shut you out.
um, all right. So last but not least, we're saving the best for last. As I mentioned, when I did Lamb's podcast a couple of days ago, before we got off, actually when we got off the podcast, he mentioned to me that he was a Cowboys fan, and I mentioned you guys. Lamp is from Maryland, so I'm gonna ask you what I asked you off air. How in the hell, Lamp, are you a Cowboys fan when you grew up in Washington? I ain't gonna call them the Redskins. Washington Commandos country. How?
So my uncle was a Cowboys fan. I was 5 at the time, and all he said was, "They got the star on their helmet. You should like them." And I was like, "Okay." And I watched them, and I was only 5, so I was
Right. You know no better.
Yeah, and it just stuck. Like, one thing about me, if I like you, I like you. So I don't go nowhere. And it just stuck. And I've been a Cowboys fan ever since.
So how was it being in the DMV, being a Cowboys fan when you're dealing with, at the time Redskins fans on Mondays when y'all would either, probably you growing up, y'all probably beating the hell out of the Redskins a lot.
First of all, it is a bunch of Cowboys fans.
I know. That's crazy.
It's about a good, I would say 60-40. It's still more Commanders fans, but put it like this: it's enough Dallas fans where you don't be alone, right? You're suffering, so you got plenty of people suffering with you,
right? And that's the thing, man. Like I've always found, and just to give, for those of you listening and watching, some context, like I'm 50, Lamp's 43. If you're in that age, even if you go from let's say maybe 35 to 55, that range, and you lived on that on this part of the East Coast, remember there was no team in Carolina during that time too as well when we were coming up. So really on the East Coast, what you had was below New Jersey, you had Washington, and then you had, as far as fans and what you would see on TV, because this is without, league pass and all this other stuff. So regionally, you would get either Washington games, Cowboys games, or Raiders games, or Steelers games. And that's kind of like how it was in the South, particularly for me growing up in South Carolina. So that was the fan base of the kids that I went to school with. They were the Cowboys fans, Redskins fans, Raiders fans, or that was it. So that was pretty much the thing. And, you might have one or two Dolphins fans sprinkled in there. So I didn't really grow up. I grew up with a lot of Cowboys fans. And because the Giants for a long time sucked, like Monday mornings after the Giants lost, your uncle's my uncle played for the Giants, Harry Carson. He played 13 years for them and is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And kids, pick, oh man, your uncle sucked. So I quick mouth, I got something to come back. Oh, your mama fat, all stuff like that. So my hatred for Dallas started then. So my hatred for Dallas probably started somewhere like 1977, right? So I absolutely hate Dallas. As I mentioned in Lamp, and I'll tell you guys and share with you guys as well. Fortunately, I married a Cowboys fan. And we've been married at the time of this recording almost 23 years now. It is so bad that when the Giants and the Cowboys play each other, we don't watch the game in the same room. Mm-hmm. It's that bad. I try not to brag when we win, but I do. And she don't really say much when they win because she know the fall be coming. And the fall's gonna come. It is what it is. And Lamp, I'll tell you this, since you getting to know me and we're getting to know each other. If you see some jokes during football season on social media from me, don't take them to heart. It's just me being me.
People always clown the Cowboys. That's like, come on, man. That's not even worth talking about.
But I will say this much: even in my hatred, I'm able to be objective. And with me being married to a Cowboys fan, one of my best friends, my man Mo, diehard Cowboys fan. He's our oldest son's godfather. And he will call me and be suffering about the Cowboys. He's like, man, we should have done this. Dak should have done that. I'm like, I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you, but it's I would definitely say that they're probably the assholes, because I don't think the team, the Cowboys don't have players that you dislike.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the fans that we dislike.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, you, even if, because of the teams that I listed that we talked about on this episode, you could probably say the Cowboys are one. Maybe if you want to go, maybe let's just say the Yankees are two. I don't necessarily know that the Yankees got players on their team that you don't really like. You hate. Like, it's not like there's an A-Rod on this team. You know what I'm saying? There may have been players in the Yankees history that you didn't like, or maybe managers or whatever the case may be. And I don't think that the Cowboys, like, for what people said about Tony Romo, I think Tony Romo was a cool guy. Like, I thought that the Cowboys have enough players, and I'll say this on record, even this year, I think they have enough to go to the Super Bowl. I don't think they will, but I think they got more than enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, my hate runs deep. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, that's always interesting, man, because it's a lot of people that I know from the DMV, man, are huge Cowboys fans, and they told me, like, you go to a Commanders game, and it's 50-50.
Yeah, well, probably like 60-40, but
okay,
it's a lot of them. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So so that's it. I wanted to get on here and just talk about, some of the most annoying sports fan bases. They had a couple of honorable mentions, if you will. Michigan football fans, which I don't know any Michigan football fans.
I had a couple. They're annoying.
SEC football fans, they're pretty annoying. Matter of fact, they're really annoying, because SEC football fans won't. I mean, nobody brags on the conference. Like, you can't be at Vanderbilt talking about, yeah, man, the SEC, we're dominating. No, you're not a part of the domination. You're Vanderbilt. You hanging on for the ride,
So hold on, what you didn't say what you think about Dallas. I'm assuming you think they're.
Oh yeah, they're assholes.
So let me say this, because I feel like I have to say this.
Go ahead.
And this is me being a Cowboys fan.
Mm-hmm.
They are the worst fan base in sports, and it's not even close. Dude, talk like, mind you, I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't even like talking to Cowboys fans. They are the most delusional. Like, everybody did, like, it's bad. Like, it's delusional. Like, their fan base is literally delusional at all levels.
Right.
Which is crazy. You got delusional regular fans, and you got delusional regular fans, delusional media people, and delusional ex-players. Michael Irvin. No, I love Michael Irvin.
Yeah, I love the playmaker.
I love Michael Irvin. He is the most delusional Cowboys fan on earth. This man think they're gonna win the Super Bowl every year. And he's loud about it.
Oh my
gosh! Like Cowboy. Like, when you talk to a Cowboys fan, a lot of them don't know football.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know the players at all. All they know is Dak, Zeke, and let me see,
Parsons.
Yeah, Dak, Zeke, Parsons, and some of them know
Diggs.
Yeah. Some of them know Diggs. And I trust me, I know my dude. Let me tell you something. For some reason I'm struggling with this, but
no, you good. You good.
I know my whole team. Like, because my whole thing is this: if you're gonna be a fan of a team and you don't live in that city, you better know them inside.
Yeah. Because people will test you.
So I never want nobody questioning me like, "Oh, you really a Dallas fan?" Let me tell you something, dude. I can tell you that offensive line. When we was winning Super Bowls, I can name, from my lifetime, I could literally name every quarterback that I've seen play with Dallas.
Yeah.
So, and they talk about the 5 Super Bowls, bruh. Dallas has not won a Super Bowl in like 20. Let's see, last Super Bowl
since 96.
The 95 season in 96. We are in 2023. So that was 27 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Still talking about that Super Bowl?
Well, there's always this year, Lamp. You never know.
They're not winning this year. Listen.
See, this is what I love Cowboys fans who are objective.
Listen. That window closed last year. And that's why, like, let me be clear. I never played football in high school, like, or organized.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some people be like, well, when Diggs was calling Dak a bitch and all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
That I don't know. Like that seemed like too much. Like, because I think I think the defense is still mad with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because
no question.
He lost that game. Like, I know people like, well, one player can't lose a game. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. That proved that. He lost that game. Like, I'm pretty sure the final score was like what was the final score? Was it 13-10? No.
It was relatively close, and he had 3 interceptions, I think?
He had 2, but they were crippling interceptions.
Yeah.
Like one, you threw one, and they basically got once they got the ball, they were in field goal range.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 points. I know for a fact they did not give up 20 points. I can't remember what the final score was. I almost feel like it wasn't 13-10. I think they scored a little more than 13. I think they did. But he was awful. And I tell people all the time, to me, Dak is literally like a bully.
Mm-hmm.
When he played weak competition, oh man. Oh goodness. That dude put up numbers. When
it was 23-17. That was the score. 23-17 Niners.
Okay.
Niners won. And that game was in Dallas. Oh wow.
No. That's the old one. No, I'm talking about last year. That game was in San Francisco. They ain't scored no 23.
Okay, maybe I pulled up the wrong one. Okay.
Pull up 20.
Oh, okay. You know that was 22. Okay, let me back up.
I want to say they scored like 13, but I could be wrong. I'm talking about the Niners.
Okay, so let me look and see. 19. Oh, there you go. You're right. 19-12. That was the final score.
19-12. Okay, so
my bad.
Cardinal rule. You watch a lot of football, so you know Cardinal rule. You hold them under 21, you're supposed to win that game.
Facts, big facts, Lamp.
So, you figure he threw a pick that gave him 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
You take that off the board. Then you threw another pick in the red zone. Now I'm not gonna say they definitely would have got points because
that's the red zone though. You at least supposed to come away with 3.
Our kicker was a little shady at that time.
Oh yeah.
But he did make his last field goal. So yeah, and I think they know that is not a winning. See, my problem is with Dallas. Dak, they centered the whole offense around Dak, and he's not good enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not good enough to throw the ball that much. Like, they overpaid for him, way overpaid, and they about to do it again.
Yeah.
So it's like, Dak not getting you to no Super Bowl. I'm sorry, he's not. And it hurts my heart to say that.
But you're being realistic, though. I can respect it.
He's not going to win. He is not winning you a Super Bowl. Now, you could have traded, because I don't think Cooper Rush the answer either. Like,
no,
a lot of people was all hyped up over him.
No,
because he was God. Well, I ain't gonna say he was God, but
he did what he was supposed to do. He was serviceable, but you can get that for a couple of games. You can't get that for a full season.
First of all, Cooper Rush threw in 4 games. I think he threw 5 touchdowns. So let's not act like he was lighting it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the defense is what won those games. Nobody for that stretch. I don't think they gave up more.
Crazy.
I don't think they gave up more than 14 points in any of those games, but I could be wrong. Because I think the Giants scored maybe 20. But other than that, that defense was dominant. And they were dominant against the 49ers. That's the part that makes me so mad because they wasted in the NFL, you cannot waste a dominant defense. You can't. And they wasted it. So anyway, that's a whole nother podcast.
Man, I appreciate the honesty. And like I said, man, that I can have a conversation with an objective fan any day. I can't have an objective conversation with a fan who's annoying and who doesn't know sports or know their team. So yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate the honesty, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to the season, man, just because I'm just a fan of football, first and foremost. So I'm looking forward to the games being on. I don't care who's on. I'm watching, whether or not my team is playing or not. I'm watching, and I can find a rooting interest in just about anybody. So, looking forward to it. The season is here. It's time for us to wrap this thing up, man. First and foremost, Lamp, brother, thank you for coming through, man. I really appreciate it. Before we get out of here, man, tell folks where they can find the conversations with Lamp on social media.
Okay, hey, and thank you for inviting me, man. This is
man, anytime, man. We're gonna do this again for sure.
Yeah, I love talking sports, so this is perfect. My Instagram is conversations_with_Lamp. My Facebook is also Conversations with Lamp, and my podcast Conversations with Lamp is on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts.
No doubt. Check him out. Subscribe. He'll have you. His content will have you bouncing around because I tell people I should be on like ABC or something because his interviewing skills are perfect. He listens to stuff, and like I was even, and I didn't get a chance to tell you this last week, but like I remember listening to one of the episodes I think that you did with King and Queen Germ from Married Pod and Saving Our Marriage podcast. Germ said something. You said, "Hey, I want to go back to what you just said." Like people don't do that in interviews. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Did you ever like take broadcasting or something like that in college?
No. I just love talking to people. And the thing is, it's the reason I call it conversations. What I try to tell people, like some people be like, "Well, can you send me the questions?" No. I know what I'm gonna ask you. Like I look at it like this. Like
I love it
because okay, if I say we having a conversation, right, that can happen at any moment. Like we've all had random conversations with people. It wasn't planned. No. We just happened to be in the same place. The opportunity presented itself, and you had a chance to have a conversation with the person, and it could have been very enlightening. So that's why I never write my questions down because it's like if you write it down, it's like okay. And even the guests, what you'll find out is when you prepare the guests for some reason they want to be prepared. I'm like, look,
no,
like no, we not. Look, it's not because when you prepare, it's like it's not coming across authentic.
Exactly.
It's like you're waiting for me to ask this question so you can answer it, and I don't want that. I just always tell them, look, I'm never gonna ask you nothing. You're not because you know our actions and anything you don't want to talk about. Like, because some people like, hey, I don't want to. Like, if a person like, hey, I don't want to talk about my family. Cool. Like I know you married, but you never said you married. So I don't want to disclose that on the podcast. Like, you know, you might be married, but still for the streets. So I don't want to be the one mess that up for you. Like. That's what you do. Right. I don't want to mess it up for you. So but it's like but I tell all my guests, listen, I'm good. Like you don't have to worry about it. I'm not gonna ask you nothing you can't answer without thinking. Right. So that's why it's just the conversational flow because I'm gonna stick to stuff you passionate about. I'm gonna stick to stuff that I know you can answer. That's just like with me and you. I listened to the episodes you did about the 90s. So you just did a whole hour on it. So for my questions, you already talked about it. So it's just my job to kind of like make you some stuff I want you to elaborate on. You know what I'm saying? There's some stuff that I want to hear more. And then there's some stuff like it's just because when you talking to yourself, it's like there's some things you may want to put out there, but it wasn't on your mind to think about it.
Right.
And then sometimes a question will trigger you to think about something you didn't say.
Facts.
So that's why I love when I do a podcast if a person got a solo episode by themselves. I really like that. Or if it's an interview and they do a majority of the talking. I like that. So it's ways. Like I just go on people's Instagram, scroll, see what they talking about. Okay, got it. That's what they like to talk about.
I love it. I love it. And that's the thing. That's the thing I took away from the podcast that we did was like, I knew that you didn't have anything written down, but even if you did have something written down, I don't need to see the questions. I mean, like, because I feel like I'm a conversationalist, so I can talk about anything on the fly, no matter what. I don't need to know it pre-interview or anything like that. But I've listened to that episode 3 times already, and the thing that I loved about it was that it was a free-flowing conversation, and it didn't feel like I guess being on the other end, it didn't feel like we were talking that long. And I was like, damn, I didn't remember saying that. And even we talked about some stuff that, like I said, I don't even know that I've even talked that much in depth as far as my parents' divorce on any of my episodes. And I've talked about my family a gazillion times, but I don't think I went as far as in depth in that. But that's what good questions will do. It'll pull that stuff out of you. So yeah, man, I appreciate it. And you guys go check out Conversation with Lamp. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Support that brother. It's a good brother. And like I said, his first time right here on the 12 Kyle podcast. I can promise you it will not be his last. That's going to do it for us. You guys are listening. You know where to find me. 12 Kyle across the board on social media. The podcast, 12 Kyle Podcast. It drops every Thursday at midnight. We drop bonus episodes on Sundays. This episode will be out, I want to say, first week of the NFL season. So perfect time. Listen to this podcast, watch it on YouTube, share it with a friend, and then go watch some football. And then hit us up on social media about our teams winning or losing. But yeah, if you feel so inclined, hit me up on Cash App, $TWELVEKYLE. Again, that's going to do it for me, for my man Lamp, Conversation with Lamp podcast. We're out of here. I'll catch you guys next time. 5,000.